Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the game according to me. As usual, we are going to talk about what went down in this past week in college and pro football. Look ahead to what's happening in the college and pro football. Let's also talk about the trade of Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks and how that changes the pecking order in the NBA. Let's get to it, y'all. So as always, let's start with college football last week. Go back to Friday. Louisville beat North Carolina State 13-10. Utah, first major fall from the Pac-12, losing to Oregon State 21-7. In Saturday's action, we had Penn State beating Northwestern 41-13. Kentucky upsetting Florida 33-14. USC slipping by Colorado. They had a big lead in USC, but Colorado came back. This is what I expected last week in the Colorado-Oregon game. I did not get it, but I got it here this past week against USC. So that sports good for Colorado that they are still in it. They still got it in. They may lose one more game, but they should really take solace and win the rest of their games coming up this season. Maybe they might lose to Utah if they face Utah, but I think Colorado's on the right track. Georgia slipped by Auburn 27-10. Hey, it's the Deep South's oldest rivalry, so you got to give them credit. Auburn played the hell out of the game last Saturday. Texas beat Kansas 40-14. Nebraska lost to Michigan 45-7. Matt Rule having a tough time in Nebraska. Missouri beat Vanderbilt 38-21. Mississippi beat LSU 55-49, taking LSU out of the college football playoff and national championship dreams. Oregon beat Stanford 42-6. Oklahoma beat Iowa State 50-20. Tennessee beat South Carolina 41-20. Notre Dame, for some effing reason, had trouble with Duke. I don't care how good Duke is. You're fucking Notre Dame. You're Notre Dame. You should not be having trouble with Duke. They won 21-14. And so this has me very worried about the USC game coming up in a few weeks. Alabama beat Mississippi State 40-17. Washington beat Arizona 31-24. And Fresno State beat Nevada 27-9. As we look ahead to this upcoming week, Saturday, we got Ohio State hosting Maryland. You've got Missouri and LSU. The Red River rivalries is happening. Oklahoma versus Texas, that's going to be a good one. Washington State takes on UCLA. Very, very odd. Pac-12 game so early. It's still going to be 2 o'clock Chicago time. So that's a very early game. It's 12 o'clock kick on the West Coast. Syracuse versus North Carolina. Alabama takes on Texas. That should be a nice one as well. Texas has beat Alabama a couple years ago in Texas in College Station. So we'll see. Alabama gets his revenge. Florida State is hosting Virginia Tech. Kentucky is beating Georgia. This could be a good matchup too. Notre Dame is at Louisville. Here we go again. I don't care. Louisville is ranked 25th. I don't care. How good they are. You're Notre Dame. Go into Louisville and beat their ass. 46-10. 85 Bear style. Okay? Beat their ass. Arkansas takes on Mississippi. Michigan is at Minnesota. That's the battle for the Florida Rosedale Trophy, the pig. Georgia Tech is at 17th ranked Miami of Florida. Fresno State at Wyoming, Oregon State at California, and Arizona at USC. So there we have it. That's what's happening next week in college football. And actually, before we get to the NFL, let's talk about this great trade that happened at the end of last week. There's a couple of trades that happened since then as well. Okay, so last Wednesday, a blockbuster trade happened in the NBA. Damian Lillard was traded from the Portland Trail Blazers to the Milwaukee Bucks in a blockbuster 3-team deal. From ESPN, the Portland Trail Blazers traded Damian Lillard to play alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of a 3-team deal that also included the Phoenix Suns, teams announced on Wednesday. Portland receives Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toonami Camara, Milwaukee's 2029 unprotected first-round draft pick, and unprotected Milwaukee swap rights in 2028 and 2030, team said in their release. The Suns receive Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson as part of their trade package. The Blazers are expected to engage contending teams on trade talks to move Holiday, sources told Adrian Wojnarowski. The deal comes months after Lillard formally requested a trade as early as July, and the Blazers decided to approach negotiations. Lillard leaves Portland after 11 seasons in which he made 7 All-Star games and 7 All-NBA teams, led the franchise to the playoffs 8 times, including a Western Conference Final appearance in 2018-2019. He ranks first in team history in points and three-pointers and second in assists. He took to Twitter, I'm not calling it X, he took to Twitter on Wednesday to say he is excited for the next chapter. Lillard, 33, had a career year last year, averaging 32.2 points a game, 7.3 assists, but played in just 58 games as he set out the final month. The highlight of Lillard's season came February 26 against the Houston Rockets when he scored 71 points. Today is an exciting day for Milwaukee, Bucks presidents Peter Famian and General Manager John Hoy said in a statement. When you have the rare opportunity to pair one of the premier NBA players with a highly versatile roster that has lofty goals, you go for it. And we're thrilled to welcome 7-time All-Star Damian Lillard to the Bucks. Lillard's 32 points per game is the most by a player to change teams the following season, according to ESPN stats and information. His character, competitive, talent, and experience complement our group and gives us the best chance to win at the highest level as we create new memories together, Horst said. Despite Lillard's numbers, Portland failed to make the playoffs for the second consecutive season for the first time in his career. The Blazers elected to keep their draft pick after both seasons, mostly recently selecting guard Scoot Henderson with the number 2 overall pick. Lillard's trade request came shortly after. I want to express my gratitude to Damian for his 11 storied years with this franchise and for his loyalty to the Portland community, Blazers general manager Joe Cronin said. From becoming the all-time leading point scorer in franchise history to his dedicated commitment to youth across Oregon and to the entire Pacific Northwest, Damian is and will remain a titan and a true trailblazer to this city. The Bucks emerged as a consensus favorite to win the NBA title after the trade, with odds around 4-1 at U.S. sportsbooks. Milwaukee has been listed as the 4th favorite behind defending champion Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics, and Phoenix Suns. So we have that. So then, as we just talked about there, other people are trading. But it never, as I said in the article, the Blazers were looking to engage teams to move Drew Holiday. Well, this weekend, Boston Celtics added Drew Holiday from Adrian Wojnarowski this past Sunday, actually. The Portland Trail Blazers traded all-star guard Drew Holiday to the Boston Celtics on Sunday, elevating the Eastern Conference arms race. The Celtics are sitting center Robert Williams III, and he's actually a forward. He's only 6'8", 6'9". He's on a center. And guard Malcolm Brogdon in the deal they announced. A 2024 first-round pick via Golden State and a 2029 first-round pick is also heading to the Blazers, sources said. The Trailblazers are stacking assets in the wake of the Damian Lillard blockbuster to the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday, a deal that brought them Holiday with an intention to trade him to the league's highest bidder over the weekend. The Celtics were an aggressive suitor for Holiday, 33, and are expected to work to sign him to a long-term deal with free agent looming in the summer of 2024. The acquisition of Holiday could vault the Celtics over the Bucks as the preseason favorite in the Eastern Conference. Holiday is considered one of the league's best two-way guards, and his arrival with the Bucks played a huge part in the franchise's 2021 2021, yeah, NBA championship. Holiday made the Eastern Conference All-Star team in 2023 after a 9-year gap between appearances that was the longest in NBA history. The Blazers are expected to want to keep Williams to pair with their new center, DeAndre Ayton. Yes, that's perfect. Williams at 6'9" is a power forward. Let him play power forward. DeAndre Ayton, 7'1", is a center. He plays center. Stop this fucking, using, short guys to play center bullshit. But Brogdon would likely be a part of additional trade talks upon his arrival in Portland. Sources said. Absent another trade, Brogdon would start the season with Portland. The Blazers are committed to a young group of guards, including number 3 draft pick Scoot Henderson, 2022 first-round draft pick Shaedon Sharpe, and Anthony Simmons, who signed a $100 million extension last year. Jesus Christ, how good is he? He signed a $100 million extension. Even before a potential Brogdon deal, the Blazers have a significant return to show for the Lillard trade. Ayton, Williams, Brogdon, and a first-round picks in 2024 via Golden State, protected 1-4. The 2029 Milwaukee first-round unprotected, and 2029 Boston unprotected. The Blazers also have pick swaps with the Bucks in 2028 and 2030. Yeah, so listen, it is amazing what is happening here. Okay, so I was looking at the Portland Trail Blazers. I guess so. He has 21 points a game, and he was pretty good from the free throw line. Was 90%. So okay, so maybe he maybe deserved. The people, they overpaid these players now anyway. So I guess you could say he was worth the $100 million. I guess you can say. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm old school. I still would have paid $100 million, for a guy just just making 21 points a game. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, back to how all of this does in the game. I think we started out. People had the Denver Nuggets. I would have had the Phoenix Suns because I think, with the Bradley Beal trade, and then you have Devin Booker and you have Kevin Durant there. Ayton was there, but now even the trade the Suns also got too. They got more depth in their rotation. They still got a center. They got Yusuf Nurkic, and he doesn't need to score. So Beal, Gordon, not Gordon, but Beal, Booker, and Durant, they can get their points, as they should, as Klay Thompson did in Golden State. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, they got their points. They should be able to get their points in Phoenix. So I think Phoenix isn't out of the equation. Denver Nuggets should still be good. People are going to say because you've got LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Lakers have a shot, and maybe that's the case. Hopefully not. Just y'all guys know me. I'm gonna root against LeBron James as much as I can. And in the East, yes, Damian Lillard puts the Bucks, I think, in front, but the Boston getting Drew Holiday helps them out a lot and puts them back right there as a solid number 2. And then I think the Sixers are still there, depending on what happens with James Harden. And so it's really going to be good. When does the NBA season start? NBA season starts. So Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, right? That's when the season starts. That Tuesday. So what it'll probably be is that Tuesday, and that would probably be in 3 weeks, 10th, 17th, 24th. Yeah, in 3 weeks, that would be my NBA prediction show where I'll be doing I'll always continue to do the college and pro stuff, but then for the football. But that would be my prediction show for the National Basketball Association. So in 3 weeks, make sure you're here for that. And I'll give him a full ranking and everything like that. Who I think is going to win awards and who's going to meet in the conference finals and in the NBA finals. So make sure you are here. You're going to want to be here for that. But yeah, there's major trade and there's stuff that has come down afterwards with Drew Holiday, and now even Malcolm Brogdon can still get moved. The Bulls, without a true point guard, Lonzo Ball is going to be out for the whole season again. Boy, if we can pick up Malcolm Brogdon, that's a good guy to pick up. So, I mean, come on, Bulls, this is your shot. Let's stay in this right here. Let's stay in this. Let's get Malcolm Brogdon. We had a shot to get Christian Wood. We didn't go after him, so let's go ahead and let's get Malcolm Brogdon and let's make this official. But yeah, that's everything going around the Damian Lillard trade, shocking the world. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go to the National Football League. Let's look back at Week 4 last Thursday. The Lions beat the Packers 34-20. Tremendous game by the Lions. Great run game. They ran it down the Packers' throats, took it to them, showed who's going to be the force in this division from now on. I like that. The Lions took control over that. Over in London, Sunday morning, the Jaguars beat the Falcons 23-7. There's now calls thinking for Desmond Ridder is maybe not the guy. We'll have to wait and see. He's only in his second year. This isn't like people in Chicago saying that Justin Fields is the guy when we've had 3 years to look at him. So wait and see. In overtime, the Rams beat the Colts 29-23. Matthew Stafford hurt his hip in that game, but he stayed in, and he hit Puka Nacua for the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Ravens beat the Browns 28-3. Deshaun Watson was injured, so they went to Dorian Thompson, something, whatever his name is, and so obviously it was a bad day. And listen, guys, it's time. We need to have a talk about Lamar Jackson. We really do. So that's gonna be something that we really need to talk about is Lamar Jackson. We need to have an open and honest conversation about him and about what he is and about what he isn't. And that should be coming shortly. The Vikings beat the Panthers 21-13. The Titans beat the Bengals 27-3. Boy, that's the Bengals. Is Joe Burrow not healthy really affecting the Bengals that much? That's unreal. So, but the Titans took it to them 27-3. Buccaneers shocked the New Orleans Saints. They won 26-9. The Bills beat the Dolphins 48-20. Showed them who is the most dominant team in the AFC East. It's still that guy, 17 in Buffalo. He's dominant. He's on the dominant team. He's a dominant quarterback, and he's always going to be like that. Last week on First Take, there was they had the question where Kimberly Martin and Stephen A was talking to Dan Orlovsky, where the question was who had the most to gain and it was or the most to lose or whatever, most to gain from this game, and it was like if and Dan Orlovsky rightfully so said if Tua Tagovailoa wins this game, he could put himself into that elite category. He could put himself in that category with Josh Allen, with Patrick Mahomes, with Joe Burrow. And for some dumbass reason, Stephen A. and Kimberly Martin said no, it's Josh Allen has got the most at stake with this. And then Josh Allen showed you why he didn't have much at stake. He's still the second best quarterback in this league, bar none. Broncos came back from a 28-7 deficit, beat my Bears. Justin Fields played his best game of his pro career, first 300-yard game since he played Clemson in one of the playoff games, and it was good to see. Now let's see if he can continue it, and that's going to happen really quick as this Thursday as he faces the Commanders, who had an overtime game against the Eagles and just couldn't get the job that done. They've got a nice quarterback in Sam Howell there in Washington. And I think that's that. I think that's something to do. I think every enemy is doing wonders with that offense. But the Eagles was just too much for them. 34-31 Eagles in overtime. Texans beat the Steelers 30-6. How about C.J. Stroud? 2 300-yard games in his first 4 games. Have not thrown an interception. Has been playing tremendous ball. He has the second most yards as a rookie through his first 4 games behind Cam Newton. C.J. Stroud doing wonders for the Texans. Had the Texans 2-2, and the Steelers just Kenny Pickett got hurt, and they're just not doing things right. Thomas said things need to change. We will see. Chargers beat the Raiders 24-17. Trying to make a tackle on an interception. Justin Herbert injured his finger on his non-throwing hand. He will be playing next week as usual. 49ers beat the Cardinals 35-16. Christian McCaffrey 4 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in this league, and y'all need to stop putting some respect on that brother's name. Cowboys gave Bill Belichick his worst loss as a head coach. Cowboys beat the Patriots 38-3. In a game where Zach Wilson maybe looked like he started to get it. See, it takes time. It takes time. There was some controversy in this game as well. Chiefs beat the Jets, however, 23-10. But there was some controversy during the pregame show and during the postgame show. Rodney Harrison, analyst for NBC, really called Zach Wilson garbage, and he was making claims that maybe some people were saying was not true about Zach Wilson, missing wide open players in the pregame stuff. Apparently he did call on Monday. He called him and Zach Wilson apologized to him for saying that he was garbage and other things he would use. So very controversy coming from that game. We'll see if NBC does anything to Rodney Harrison because of that, and Rodney Harrison changes his mind. But again, if you watch the game, you can see that Zach Wilson wasn't perfect, but he played better than he had played in a long time. So if he plays that way with that defense, they're going to win some games. They're going to get back into the playoff chase. And Monday night, boy, was I said beat down. You want to talk about a quarterback that looked lost. Last year, Daniel Jones looked like he was starting to get it. He looked like he was on his way to where this year was going to be the year where he said, "Bam, I got it." But boy, he's going back to being a turnover machine. He was sacked 11 times last night. I know that you got to say, well, the offense, the offensive line didn't help him and anything like that. But even still, you got to hold on to the ball. You can't make bad throws. You can't make, you can't make the plays that he made last night, Daniel Jones. And a lot of people there were some people that was kind of upset that maybe Brian Daboll kind of showed him up on television as he threw down the tablet after the interception was returned back for a touchdown. And while I understand that, they paid this guy a lot of money. I think he's getting paid $40 million a year. You can't get paid $40 million a year and do that. You can't do that. And there was some talk this morning on Get Up where, as if are they maybe now regretting the fact that they gave him that money? Are they regretting the fact that maybe they didn't give the money to Saquon and franchise Daniel Jones, which would have been the right thing to do in my opinion. But it is what it is now. They paid him and they franchised Saquon Barkley, who did not play last night because of injury. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you don't pay, because Saquon Barkley, has been injury prone. But anyway, the Seahawks just trampled all over the Giants and Daniel Jones, 24-3. As we look ahead to Week 5, I talked about it earlier on Amazon Prime Thursday night. My Bears at the Washington Commanders. This was we need to see two things. One, if the Chase Claypool stuff happening in Chicago is going to have a hurting on the Bears. He did not play on the Sunday. He would not play this Thursday. He made some comments on Friday saying that when the question was asked if the coaches were putting him in the right spot to play, he shook his head no. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. And then number two, we'll see if Justin can continue his momentum from last game into this game, and doing what he playing the way he was playing without some of the mistakes of the fumbles and the interceptions. If he can continue that way, or if he's going to go back for being 11 for 22 for 99 yards. The Commanders' defense is tough, so we'll have to wait and see. But this should be a Commanders victory and an 0-5 record for my Bears, unfortunately. To Sunday, another London game, the Jaguars at the Bills. Really good game here. I think the Bills need to keep this continued. Show what they do, but Jacksonville, after winning this last London game, they should be staying over there in London. That's what they should be doing. They should not have come back over here. They better not. That would be ridiculous. I don't think Doug Peterson would have them doing that. But this is, they need to keep their continued going, beating them. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Bills have this, in line. I think the Bills are out to show not only the Dolphins but the world, and then I think Josh Allen is that he is not that guy, that played on that Monday Night Football game where everybody was talking about, do you trust Josh Allen? Is Josh Allen actually good? And even had me questioning what was going on with Josh Allen. And I'm probably Josh Allen's biggest fan, but I think he's back and he's about to kick somebody's ass. And this week it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Regular time games, we got the Saints at the Patriots. Both teams lost this past week. Need to get back on track for one of these two teams. The Titans at the Colts. Titans looking to maybe take control of this division. If the Jaguars do lose to the Bills, the Titans can beat the Colts. They will be in first place. I think the Texans are at the Falcons. They're going to be right there with the Titans as well. So very good battle for first place there in the AFC South. Ravens at the Steelers. This is a game always for throw out the records. We'll see if Kenny Pickett plays this week, and we'll see how the Ravens are with their offensive stance. Panthers at the Lions. This is just a keep and continue game for the Lions. Get back on track. Let's see what they do. I think I heard something where Jameson Williams, who was suspended for gambling, they modified the rules so it's like he doesn't have to miss his games. I think he could possibly play this weekend, and if that does, that's going to make the Lions even more dominant, even more scary offensively. So I expect the Lions to roll with the Panthers Sunday. The Giants coming up with this ass whooping. Got to go face the Dolphins, who put 70 up on Denver, and even though they could get their ass whooped, this could be a heartbreaker. We could see Daniel Jones benched in this game if the Giants do not play well offensively. You got the Bengals at the Cardinals. Cardinals are a tough team. They're playing hard. They're playing tough. Then the new coach, Josh Gannon, I think his name is, has instilled toughness and heart in this team. And Joshua Dobbs is doing a great job being the quarterback in the wake of the Kyler Murray injury. Bengals, listen, this is a team you should beat. This is a team you should go out and beat, maybe handle very easily. 49ers beat the Cardinals 35-16. This should be something that you do, Bengals. But if Joe Burrow is not going to be able to do this, then it's going to be something that you're not going to see. Eagles are at the Rams. Rams, very surprising for a start for them. Could they take on the Eagles? We'll see. I expect the Eagles to, see, they haven't been as dominant, I think, as some of us wanted, but they're still good and they're still 4-0. So that should be no problem for them. Jets are at the Broncos. Again, this should be something where the Jets, the Jets defense should hold the Broncos to that 10-17. And if Zach Wilson plays the way he plays, you can get you 20 points. That's a Jets win. Let's go. Chiefs are at the Vikings. Vikings, they took they got out the schneid this week against Carolina, but they're gonna get back on the losing streak at the Chiefs, who have not been themselves offensively. They only looked like themselves against my struggling Bears. But this week we'll see, and also we'll see. It's one thing for Taylor Swift to go to Kansas City to see her boyfriend. It's also one thing to go to New York, in prime time and see. And see her boyfriend. It's something wonders if we need to talk about that as well. Is it really a relationship? Is it for a show? There's been a lot of Taylor Swift movie commercials during the games this weekend. There was a lot of them. There was like maybe 10. So I don't know. Just a thought, but. Chiefs are at the Vikings. Chiefs should take this and get back on track and win this. Maybe get back into the thing of things. The game of the week should be this one: the Cowboys at the 49ers. Brock Purdy against that defense of the Cowboys that has been very good this year. The 49ers defense ain't nothing to cry at either. They're going to go against Dak Prescott. This could be a really good game. This should be the game of the week. I think we got it right finally with the Chiefs, with the Cowboys, and the 49ers on NBC primetime. And on Monday Night Football, the Packers at the Raiders. Both teams looking to get back on track. I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo did not play this past week because he was in concussion protocol. He should play this week, but we'll wait and see. Never know with these concussions. Jordan Love needs to get back on track with him and the Packers. Maybe Aaron Jones is now healthy. Christian Watson will be healthy, and they can take it to the Raiders. So there you have it. Week 5 of the NFL. Let's see what goes down. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of the game, according to me. Be on the lookout for a Q&A that I'm going to post down there. There's a poll question I'm going to have. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? And I'm going to have Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics. Just between those four teams. So look for that whenever you find your podcast on Spotify or wherever else they might should be there. So be on the lookout for that. As always, if you feel like supporting your boy, many ways to do that. Patreon.com/AJTRIP, become a patron. Once I hit a certain amount of patrons, you will be able to determine what you hear on my other podcast, The Word According to Me. New episode out on that. Make sure you check it out. Again, wherever you listen to your podcast. What videos I do on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@AJTRIP. And what video games I play on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ATRIP20. I have to have the video game that you want me to play. Especially with the PS5 and everything like that. So there you have it. Also, if you look in the description box, there's a link to the Spotify page where it's supporting us. People who are using the Spotify used to be Anchor FM. Using the Spotify page for our hosting. There are 3 tiers: 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99. And if you feel the need that you can support me that way, in any tiers, you can do that as well. Or I know times are tough, and you're not be able to monetarily support a podcast. But what you can do is that wherever you are listening to this, share this on your social media, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Reels, on your TikTok, wherever. Make sure you share this, and also rate my podcast. That also helps as well. So thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. It's your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.